Today I'm going to show you how to make these folded fabric ornaments. These are super quick to make and make perfect last minute gifts. So let's get started. Alright, first thing you want to do is select your fabrics. I've got two semi-coordinating fabrics here. You want a light and a dark. I've got half a yard of each, and a half a yard of two colors will do about 12 ornaments. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with the light fabric first, since it's easier for you guys to see. Going to be working on the wrong side here, and I'm not going to be using any special template. I'm just going to be using something round because we're going to be cutting circles out of this. This just happens to be a pan lid. You can use a lid for anything, a plate or a bowl, pretty much anything that is round. And you just want to take a pen or a pencil of some sort and trace around it. And this lid happens to be 7.5 inches in diameter, so somewhere around that size. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and do the same thing with my dark fabric. And now that I've got both circles cut, I'm going to place them right sides together. You could also cut these together, layer the fabrics and pin them together and cut them out. I just find it's easier to cut them out separate. You get more precise circles that way. And it also helps if you use or choose fabrics that have a small print on them. Got my sewing machine now, and I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to start with a back stitch, and I'm just going to sew all the way around. And when you get back around to where you started, you want to leave about 1.5 inches or so of open spot so you can turn this inside out. I'm going to go ahead and back stitch just a few stitches, and then through that opening you left, you want to turn this inside out. Just going to reach down and go for the other side there. Helps to use a chopstick of some sort to turn this out. You don't want to be real rough with this because you don't want to rip your fabric and you don't want to rip out your stitches, but you just want to get it turned inside out and go around and make sure it's all the way turned out. And then if you want to go ahead and press this, by all means you can. Now once you have it turned inside out, this open spot that you have here, you want to turn under 1/4 inch seam before we top stitch. Just kind of get that in place. It doesn't have to be perfect because a lot of times this will be hidden. And then you want to top stitch about 1/8 inch or so from the edge. And just kind of take it easy here so you get a nice straight line. And once you get back around to where you started, you just want to take a couple back stitches to secure it. And cut your threads. Now I've gone ahead and threaded up a needle here, and I'm just going to get a knot going there. What you want to do is determine which side, which fabric you want for the dominant outside color. For this one, I think I'm going to do the burgundy, so the burgundy is going to go inside. So you want to fold your circle of fabric in half, and you want to press the corners down here where you have folded it in half. I'm going to take my needle here and go in right on that fold, just inside that edge there. I'm going to turn it around to the other fold, which was right here, and I'm going to put my needle in there, and I'm going to pull this up, and I'm just going to sew these two pieces right here together. Now that you have those sewn together, and you just need to take a couple stitches, you're going to fold this in half again this way, and make your creases on the edge. And I didn't even tie off my thread or cut it or anything. I'm going to use the same thread still attached. I'm going to go through that crease there, and then this crease right down here that I just put in. Pull it together and just take a couple stitches there. And then you want to secure these threads together, so all I'm going to do is run my needle through this little opening down here, and I'm going to tie this all together. And this is what you end up with. It kind of looks like a crab rangoon that you get at a Chinese restaurant. So you're going to flatten this out, and you want this point right here to lay flat against the back, and you will have 4 points just like that. And this is where the magic comes. All you do is you take these points, put your finger back here on the corner, and turn it inside out. Just like that. Go on to the next corner. Again, turn it inside out. And then you want to go through and straighten these out. Make sure that all the petals, if you will, are all roughly the same size. Make sure all this fabric is laying flat. You don't have any wrinkles or creases or anything. And once you get all your corners worked out, you want to go ahead and I'm going to be using this gold cord. It's kind of a thin cord. I'm just going to cut off about, I don't know, 8 inches or so of that. I'm going to use this tapestry needle. I'm going to thread this, and what I'm going to do is go back on the back here on this, up underneath the corner here, and go right out the point, bring that out, and then go back through, take the needle off the cord there. I'm just going to bring these together and tie a knot. And then pull the cord up, refix your corner, and then now would be the time to go ahead and sew a button of some sort onto the center of this. Some of these I went ahead and sewed these little holly leaf buttons on. I found these at Michael's. You could also use regular buttons. Here I used a bead cap. Pretty much anything that will cover the 4 points in the center. And if you want to leave it open, you can by all means do that. But there you go. How to make folded fabric ornaments. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks so much for watching.